What is up, Ravens flock? Huge shout out for your support for the 410 Sports Talk. James and Glenn are the best in the business. Make sure you go subscribe to their channel. Let's go Ravens. Big trust.
Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of 410 Sports Talk. I'm Glenn Martin, here with my coach James Haskell for another exciting episode, and this time doing a bit of speculation here, Jimbo. We hear the announcement has been made. Sarah Ellison was the first place we saw it on Twitter, that the Baltimore Ravens will be holding a press conference on Thursday, which is the 19th of May. At 3:30, expected to be led by John Harbaugh and Eric DeCosta, but no topic of conversation or subject of this press conference has been released. So, of course, the speculation is running rampant. So, Jimbo, let us know what the speculation is, at least on social media, about what this presser could be about.
Yeah, Twitter, of course, is taking this and running away with it. So there are a few storylines. One, and of course, the most discussed on one Twitterverse is the Lamar Jackson extension. So that's one.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to talk about likelihood yet, but I just want to throw them all out there. And you guys
we're putting them all out. Okay.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
And then we'll kind of talk about it and what we think. The other one is the resignation of one offensive coordinator, Greg Roman. Which, anyway, I'm not going to give my opinion on either.
That's right.
That's another one. The third one is the retirement of one Sam Koch, our punter, of course, being that we drafted a punter in this offseason. And there was a fourth one.
Yeah, the Harbaugh extension.
Oh, right. Never. And this is, not a ton of fireworks behind this one, but the John Harbaugh extension was never like held an official press conference. And so this could just be that, right? Like the official announcement, laundry list item type thing, et cetera, et cetera. So those are the four things that are the most popular right now on Twitter. Glenn, which one do you want to start with when you're talking about the likelihood of it?
Well,
can
I circle back? Which one would get me the most excited? Can I do that?
So no, let's do this. Let's do in elimination. So
okay.
One of these we can
likely
knock right off. Yeah, I think the Greg Roman resignation, I think you can knock that one right off.
Really? Okay.
I don't think they would hold a presser like before.
It's
like
released?
It just seems too immature. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? There's not enough.
Who holds a presser to announce
to say we fired a guy? We ain't got no one in his position, but we fired a guy. You know what I mean?
I guess that's. They have introductory press conferences, but they typically don't have firing press conferences. So okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. And at first I didn't think. Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, so we're going to cross off to and let's be honest, there's going to be some fans that are hoping that it is this, and they're going to be disappointed because you're right. I can't remember a time where they had a presser to announce a firing, or a resignation for that matter, except for they did for Dick Cass, he did have a. But it was kind of 2 for 1. It was I'm announcing I'm leaving, and here's Sashi Brown.
It was like a passing of the torch.
Right, exactly.
Dick didn't leave he wasn't fired, right? Like he voluntarily said, you know what? I'm in my upper 70s. I'm done.
Which is quite unique because I don't think if Greg Roman was to leave that he'd be introducing his replacement. Yeah, I think he'd be pretty salty about it.
And or definitely wouldn't be doing so voluntarily.
No, and wouldn't be walking him around and showing him the place for a month like Dick Cass did. So, all right. So Greg Roman resignation, I'm crossing off. I think the next one we can cross off is the Harbaugh extension. We've gotten
interesting.
I think we've gotten the opinion of the owner about it. We've gotten the opinion of Eric DeCosta, not because they just answer in other pressers. And we've gotten Harbaugh's opinion on the extension when he was at I believe this was all the way back at the Combine when they originally were talking about it, or maybe it was at the draft. I can't remember, but I don't think I think that we've already heard all of their opinion on it. So I don't know what they could bring to a presser tomorrow that we haven't already heard.
Yeah. Great point. See, I didn't think about that one initially, but all right. You're keeping me interested, Glenn.
Okay. Now,
so it comes down to 2.
So are we still going with likelihood, or which one would get me most excited?
Well, yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about.
Because, I mean, let's just say what it is. If Lamar Jackson's announces an extension, I'm going to be super hyped tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, Glenn, let me just say this right on your parade. He's not.
Damn it.
I mean, is there what percentage do you give it? I don't think there's any, I think Lamar has said, look, like, let's see how I do this season and then bring me my money type thing, right?
Yeah. And it makes perfect sense for him to wait because he already could have been signed 2 months ago. And since that time, we've already seen like 4 quarterbacks get paid and only raise his
Right. Now,
value.
let me ask you this. Is there any deal on the table that Lamar would take? Right? Like, for example, I know this sounds outrageous, but think about this for a second. Deshaun Watson got what, 4 years, 230 million?
Yeah.
So and fully guaranteed. So if the Ravens come to Lamar and say, hey, we'll give you 4 years, fully guaranteed 250 million, 50 million a year. If my math, is my math right there? No. My math is off there. How much is that a month?
That's like 80. 4 for 250.
Yeah. All right. Let me just do the math before I make a fool of myself.
Hold on. 4 goes in. Oh, it's 60 and some change.
No, that's 87. 80.
Is it 80?
Hold on. Oh my gosh. What am I doing?
4 times 6 is 24. So it's got to be like 60 some million.
It's 62 and a half.
There we go. Okay.
62 and a half million. So if the Ravens came to Lamar and said, look, we'll give you $250 million, fully guaranteed over the next 4 years if you sign the dotted line today. Does Lamar
there's got to be a limit. You're right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? How does he
there has to be,
get up and walk out of that and say, no, thank you? Like, you remember the episode when Michael starts the Michael Scott Paper Company?
Of course.
And he's freaking out by the offers that they're getting.
Yep.
Like, at what point is it like
he's just gonna go, can we have the room?
Yeah, exactly. Right. And him and his mom like hug and embrace and everything else. Like,
high five.
Long? Yeah.
No, I think there's got to be a limit, but the big thing is, will the Ravens approach that, offer that he can't turn down? That number he can't refuse. I think there's certainly a number. It's just, would the Ravens even, be willing to just throw anything at him like we see some franchises do? We see some just hand the blank check to their superstar. And I think some fans would encourage the Ravens front office to do so,
Browns.
But I can't imagine. Yeah, like the Browns. The reason the Browns got Deshaun Watson is because of that guaranteed money. The writing was on the wall. He was going to Atlanta. Yeah, he was going to Atlanta. But when they say we're going to do something that no person has ever even come close to achieving, which is $230 million or guaranteed, no one's even come within 80 million of that?
2 million or 83 million. Yeah.
So
insane.
But I don't see the Ravens doing something like that because they're not in the position of the Browns where for the last 10 years, everyone on TV has said, don't go to the Browns. They're trash. It's the factory of sadness. They had to overpay. They had to make this big leap out there because nobody wants to go there because they've been the laughing stock for a decade. And the players currently in the league grew up thinking of them as the laughing stock. So they had to do something. The Ravens are not in the same camp as the Browns.
Yeah, they're not from a franchise perspective. However, we are just as needy. I think
every
as far
team
as like
is just
if we
as needy, right?
Right. So that's exactly, right? Because if we lose Lamar Jackson, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
it would be
horrible.
It would be terrible.
Horrible.
But all that being said, I guess what it really comes down to is I don't think there's any way tomorrow is an announcement of an extension.
No chance. No chance, because why would he wait? Why would he say no 2 months ago to do it now? Like, it doesn't. I mean, I guess 4 quarterbacks did get paid, so he did certainly probably boost his value. But I think if he waits another year, it's going to go even higher.
Hold on, though, Glenn. Look, I'm going to give you a shed of hope. Okay. Mini camp starts when? The 24th?
It's this coming Tuesday.
So maybe he's in town. Maybe him and Eric went to dinner.
Oh man, don't do that. Don't
maybe
do that,
there's
Jimbo.
a chance.
No, don't do that. Don't get my hopes up.
I'm sorry, but you see what I'm saying, right? Like, because in my thoughts are Lamar's not even here.
Right.
Like, he's opening his restaurant. He just trademarked "You ate me," or "You ate me."
You ate yet?
You ate yet? There you go.
You ate me.
Anyway, okay. So yeah, I didn't think he was here, and now he's here. So just saying, there's a chance. But all that being said, what is it really?
It's Sam Cook's retirement.
Yeah,
and it is. I mean, and look, he's a punter, but he's more than a punter here in Baltimore because he's been here so very long, and that he does more than just punt. Let's say this: he's never ever missed a hold. Like, he's never fumbled a snap. He's never bobbled it. He's never failed to get the laces out. He's never had an issue holding the ball. And I know that might seem minor, but we've seen some pretty big gaffes when it comes to holding a snap. And I think if you ask Justin Tucker, it matters a lot, the consistency, the ability to catch a ball. I mean, we've seen snaps that weren't perfect, bouncers. We've seen high snaps, behind the snap. And it don't matter where it is. He's snatching it. And by the time Justin Tucker's foot is ready to hit the ball is where it needs to be. So that is what he does outside of his primary focus, which, of course, he's one of the best punters in all of football. He doesn't just boom the ball. You know, it's just like when that college kid who was booming it and they call him the punt god.
Yeah.
But he didn't care about hang time. He didn't care about pinning him inside the 20. All he cared about was total yards kicked, which is why he was the third or fourth punter taken this year. So it's more than just kick it as far as you can. This guy had multiple punts. He invented different ways to kick the ball. I mean, he just did a lot of things. And, of course, the throwing, right, Jimbo? I mean, it was so fun to watch this guy pull off the trick.
Is him and who's the Rams punter?
Hecker? Hecker. Yeah.
Yeah. Are they not maybe the best throwing punters in the history of the NFL?
Yeah, that and Pat McAfee. Didn't he throw one or something? I think.
I'm not going to put him in that category, but yeah.
Hey, I think he was the All-Pro once. Pat McAfee.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But you're talking about throwing the football. Sam Cook, dude, you can't get much better than that.
No, and Johnny Hecker. I think it was Johnny. I believe his name is. Yeah, I mean, no, he's good. He was at one point he had like a perfect passer rating for.
Yeah, I think until last year when they had that terrible, ridiculously predictable fake punt.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, I mean, the guy is a hell of an athlete. The guy was always the best at the celebrity softball tournaments. He was always, first of all, participating in all those events, but also shining the kickball. Same with that. He would dominate. So he's a hell of an athlete. He's a good friend to Justin Tucker. And also, I think we can officially end the Wolfpack, Jimbo. I mean,
it's not the Wolfpack anymore. They got to start something new.
They got to start a new name.
Yeah, something's
what's a flock of birds called? There's there's a goofy word for like a group of birds. Anyway, I'll think of it. I will think of it, Jimbo. But yeah, Sam Cook's going to retire. He's going to go enjoy, rebuilding classic cars, coaching his kids. He's going to go do what he loves to do outside of football. He had a great career, won a Super Bowl. And Jimbo, my final question is he Ring of Honor material?
He better be.
Okay.
He better be. Is he not? Isn't he the longest behind Ray?
He played the most games in Raven history.
Yeah. I mean, you got to, just for that alone, I mean, I think that's incredible. You got to put the guy in the Ring of Honor. So I think that's no question.
Yeah.
I mean, do you disagree?
No, but it is kind of surprising to hear a punter going in, but it's different with him because of how long he was here and how beloved he was. And I mean, the coaches, they talked about him. They didn't view him as a player. They viewed him as a peer. Like they viewed him as the for lack of a better term, like another adult in the room. Like they looked at him as like a peer,
not consultant, right? Like somebody they could consult with and work ideas out with. Yeah.
The coaching was done, at the end of his, like, what else do you tell Cook that he hasn't heard before?
Right. No, 100%. So let us know what you guys' thoughts are. What do you think it is? Is there any chance it's Lamar Jackson?
And what about this, Jimbo? What if this punter can't punt? I mean, he could in college.
You're right, but you never know. You get the yips or...
what if he starts dropping the snap and then, the yips come into play? Or what if he can't hold the ball for Tuck?
Hey, we still got Sam's rights.
Sam? They're calling the bullpen.
That's right, man. Calling the lefty. So let us know what you guys' thoughts are, and we will talk soon.
See you.